The thing that you're protecting is the right to act and to do and to try and to be different, right? Because that's what privacy protects. It protects the different people that Bitcoin is missing right now. The lack of privacy is an existential threat to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is free money. You are able to exchange and interact permissionless. And when I think about privacy, when I think about liberty, that's what this is all about. What does liberty mean? It's freedom from permission. It means we live our lives in a way that we can experiment, we can engage, we can try things, we can even fail. And we don't have to get, a permission slip from the principal's office. We're not watched, we're not recorded. And because of this, our mistakes don't haunt us. And this core point, right? This ability to act without permission, so long as you're not harming someone else, so long as you're not infringing on the rights of others, this is the foundation of all rights. Privacy is that thing that says you belong to you rather than to society. And what I fear is that over the last decades, as technology has changed the world in ways that make monitoring people and peoples at scale, right? Populations seeing everything that's going on in new ways, in deeper ways, right? It used to be if governments wanted to watch us. Now, all of this happens with devices that we ourselves pay for, right? Whether it's your home internet connection, whether it's the phone that's in your pocket right now, we are padding out a permanent record of every private life. And once we do that, privacy stops being the status quo, right? Liberty stops being the natural state of things. Now that there is a record of everything being created, of every message you've ever sent, every border you've ever crossed, everything you've ever bought, every conversation you've ever had, everything you've ever typed into that search box, right? Right. So when you ask, why does privacy matter? Right? And we scope back from all of this of what's happening now and how does it work, into what it means is without privacy, we have no power. Because it's privacy that gives us agency. It's privacy, that right to the self, that allows us to come up with that original idea. That could be a bad idea, that could be one we're criticized for, that could get us disowned by our friends or our community or society, right? But then once we have that idea, we can share it with people that we do trust. Without privacy, we don't have progress. Without privacy, we don't have any meaning in the rest of our rights. Because what is a right? A right exists to protect, not the majority, because the majority decides what is or is not lawful. The majority doesn't need rights. The majority hardly needs laws. Rights exist to protect the minority against the majority. And there is no more vulnerable minority than the minority of one. What they go is, all right, you can have your magic internet money. You can do whatever you want. As long as it fits our status quo, right? You might be a square peg, but you're going to have to find a way to shave enough off of your system to fit into our round hole. And the problem is the thing that they've been shaving off of Bitcoin, and the thing that they've been shaving off of all of these institutions that are involved in this space are the protections for the people who are using it, right? They are shaving off the digital equivalent of our rights, right? Our freedom from unreasonable search, seizure, interference in our private interactions. And this is what I think is the most important thing that Bitcoin is missing right now. The lack of privacy is an existential threat to Bitcoin. And it's an existential threat to the cryptocurrency space broadly. And this is the thing about privacy that I think so many of us today have forgotten. And why it is so important to defend this is it doesn't matter if you have nothing to hide. Because privacy isn't about something to hide. Privacy is about something to protect. Right? And the thing that you're protecting is a free and open society. The thing that you're protecting is the right to act and to do and to try and to be different, right? Because that's what privacy protects. It protects the different people. It protects the transaction that doesn't match. Privacy is the only protection that Bitcoin has for the users of it, the people engaged in the ecosystem, to protect them from changes in the political winds of whatever jurisdiction they happen to live in. And you might be in the United States right now and go, look, you know, I'm a fan of government or I'm not a fan of government, whatever. I'm not worried about this. I've got my passport, right? I've got my bank statements. I've got everything. I can, you know, give a blood sample or whatever it is that the exchanges are asking for today. And then I can go about my business, right? You know, it's worse every year. But here's the thing about privacy that people forget. If one of you gives it up, because you go, it's not useful for me, you're taking it away from everybody else who doesn't have that level of comfort, right? Who doesn't have that privilege, right? And this is the problem. Right now, we live in a world where privacy is for the professional. It's for the expert. It's for the rich. It's for the elite. It is for the privileged. But we can't live in a free world where privacy is a privilege. Privacy has to be a right. It has to be accessible to everyone if it's going to actually matter.